Unbelievable. You know, this isn't a tank, Phelps. Here's a novel idea. Turn on the siren.
They're calling her the Dahlia now. Wonder what Veronica Lake makes of that one.
What a case. You hear whether they're making any progress?
So Captain Donnelly seems to think they have it all wrapped up. Brown and Green are sweating this Manley character. I heard it'll be in front of a grand jury by next week.
Poor thing. Terrible enough being murdered like that without having to...
You're a goddamn menace!
Continue to respond, Ken.
Goddamn maniac!
And at the next junction, you shut the trap.
Remember, we need him healthy enough to answer questions.
1247, Detective Phelps, requesting immediate backup in pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Frazer from 6 West 2nd Street.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on! Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out. Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
No wonder he killed someone, driving like this. Don't let that asshole get away.
All right, I give up. That's it. Cuff him and we're done.
And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the LA Noire full game commentary and playthrough live. Happy Saturday to all of you. Here's your Saturday night special. How are you? Sadie's here. She's resting comfortably. She had a bath, so she's all clean and soft and tired now. I hope you're not tired. We're going to watch The Golden Butterfly again. We've seen the first half of it, and this way we can like get the streams coordinated per case file or mission, so we can do one case file per stream.
Yeah, I'll bring
Which means we have to backtrack a little bit, but I'm sure you don't mind.
What have we got?
New case. White female
How's your
dumped in
weekend
plain
so far?
sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street.
Mine's
Cats
pretty
are all
good.
over it.
I
Captain's trying to fend them
get
off.
into the swing of things. Mama one
The first rule of police work is make
mentioned
no
Thanksgiving,
assumptions
which
until you've seen
honestly
the
I'd
evidence.
completely
Skipper wants
forgotten
you to have
about.
your newspaper face on, colleague.
I don't really have anything. She asked what Thanksgiving
I know the
plans I
place
have,
where
and
they found the
I
lady.
don't really have any.
Overlooked Sunset
I do have
Boulevard.
open invitations
Let's go.
at a couple relatives' homes. But I don't like pushing in. You know, I mean, it's, you know, they're family, but, you know, they're not like close family. So, I won't go unless my sister and my nephew go. And as far as I know, they're going to have, you know, Thanksgiving with, you know, with their family.
Did a decent
So,
job in the
I don't know.
Henry
It might just be me and the dog.
Hey!
And I'm not really a turkey kind
Did a
of
decent
guy,
job
but
in the
I
Henry
might
case,
like
Stubbs.
find
Not bad for
some
your first
kind
time
of
at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
turkey
Don't go
situation,
getting it.
you know, from a deli.
survive
Bring
this,
that home
it's gonna
so
be a
she can have
miracle.
some turkey. I do like mashed potatoes. I do like gravy. But
Don't go
it's
getting
going to
ahead
be
of
quiet.
yourself.
I believe
That's
it's on
one
a
clearance
Thursday.
under your belt.
So I don't think we'll
Now
be
it's a new
streaming.
day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
And no assumptions
I
until
do
we
like
see the
pumpkin
evidence,
pie.
right?
I definitely will get
Right.
some pumpkin pie.
See, I
And
knew you were a
pecan
fast learner,
pie.
Phelps. You might get along after all.
And what's that about? Charlie Cute
Get the point.
says, "Are you planning to play Red Dead 1?" I have. We have a playthrough on this channel. Also, Undead Nightmare. What's that about? And Cloudy says, "Howdy."
Boys, you know as
Greetings,
much as I
Cloudy.
do.
Glad
We're
you're
holding
back.
a
Happy
press conference
Saturday.
once the autopsy's been completed.
I have played
I
Red
have two
Dead
of my
1,
finest
2,
investigators on the case.
and 3.
Fresh from bringing down the sword of
3
justice.
being in my own mind,
Captain,
Alonzo
aren't there
Mendes.
similarities
and
between this
mainly
murder
AI.
and the murder
I've
of
mostly been
Celine
fooling
Henry
around with AI all
and
week.
of Elizabeth Short for that
I
matter?
don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it.
Boys,
I
be
don't feel that
sensible.
it's the future of
We
this
have the
channel.
greatest police force in all the world with the
Mainly I've been
greatest
putting up the
scientific
pictures on
investigators around this
Instagram
country.
and
How can any
X-Twitter,
killer continue to beat that? Be advised.
but I feel it's important.
We keep
And
the gas
interestingly
chambers
enough,
primed for the sons of
at least
Cain
on
who
Instagram and
continue to
Twitter,
believe they can take a life in the city of angels.
and actually
Yeah,
here
right.
also on YouTube,
Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
no one is as interested in it
Run
as
along,
I am.
boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
Which
What do we have, Captain?
which is disheartening
Another woman.
because I'm fascinated by it and I'm having a lot of fun. Charlie says Red Dead Revolver. Yes, I have not played Red Dead Revolver. I suppose that would be Red Dead 1
Please tell me what's going on.
Detective, I was first on scene.
or Red Dead 0.
Olive oil comes from olives. Where's baby oil come from?
Advice? You find her, Gonzalez?
Not me. A family out for a stroll.
Charlie, are you here to cause
Show
trouble?
me the body.
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
You're a new viewer and I don't recognize your name. What's that about? And I've noticed people who are new, who ask challenging questions, are usually looking for a fight. Are you looking for a fight, Charlie?
The stomping angle in the Henry case. Was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copy
Anyways,
want was there
we're
in the
back with
story.
Cole. Technically, we're not even talking about Red Dead Redemption
Similar remote.
tonight.
What? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
And I did a great job of editing out the naughty bits, but
Probably another sad sack
we'll
who lost his
probably still be
parents when the fraud wouldn't go out.
demonetized.
You a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps.
Cloudy says, Super
All I'm
Antonio,
saying
haven't
is
you
get enough
uploaded any Red
without
Dead
reopening
Online
closed
videos
cases.
to this
Talk me through
channel?
it now.
Vague ones. What did I do? I did when it started, you know, with like Madame Nasir and who was the bounty hunter lady?
You finished?
I did some videos on her, and I did some like random. I did some random, and I have some. I have some horse
And your
videos
boyfriend.
for online
If they were married, they'd
horses.
be at home, not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
Mind if I examine the body?
That you can get with Arthur
Look at your
using
mark. Very
using mods, but I haven't really done any Red Dead Online. I may,
smart. Cut
you
on
know,
the
I
finger.
were planning to get a PS5 at some point.
A wedding or
I
engagement
do need to get a phone
violently
first. I do need a new
Looks
phone
like she was tied up.
does it first,
But,
that would leave a mark on her other wrist too.
because Odog and Serena want to play online, and that would, that would generate a whole bunch of content. Charlie says my first Red Dead was a game made on NES. That was made by Capcom before it got bought by Rockstar.
Well, we have a name.
Okay,
You run
Charlie,
Deirdre
that's good
Muller
to
by
know.
RNI?
Back in a second.
And I'm glad you're
Motive
here.
was
Thanks for being
robbery.
here, Charlie.
Why not
You know, I can't tell if people are friend or foe when they're new. But I appreciate you being here, and I
Fahrenheit says
appreciate
that Deirdre
you
Mahler
talking.
of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband.
Another
Hugo
day,
Mahler.
another
Those
dollar.
trees look really
tell you.
cut and paste to me.
Grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
Not that I'm complaining.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
And we can't run into
This is
people
awful.
like Arthur can. We can't bash people. We can't melee. Well, maybe we could if we L2'd him first. I didn't try. Let's go to the Moeller residence. But we gotta wait for Finbar. Yeah, so I suppose I need to start thinking about
Just go
Thanksgiving.
easy, Phelps. There still might be some play in the boyfriend.
You know, it's funny. The first
I thought we
Christmas
were on our
here,
way to lock up the husband.
It doesn't work out that.
Deirdre Muller
which
has suffered
was
enough. More than enough.
ironically
You
the
shouldn't make
first
disparaging
Christmas that we
comments
spent
about her
alone
without even
without
the slightest
family.
inkling of what she was like.
I didn't think it
was
would
a
be a
woman,
big deal.
wasn't she?
I
Well,
thought
around
it would
about
be
my third divorce, I realized women
just
might
another
not be
day.
pure angels
And
we
to the
imagine.
dog, it certainly
You're
was
married,
another day, but it
Phelps.
was not
Don't make any
just another
insinuations
day to
about
me.
my
And
wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the
it
mother
made me
of my
realize
children.
that that
You're a father, Cole?
for
Don't tell me
basically
your
my
eye
whole
don't
life.
This conversation
I
is
always went home for Christmas. You know, my mom was in charge of Christmas. You know, we had a tree, we had decorations. You know, she cooked, and all that is gone. You know, it's like, and so if I want to have Christmas traditions going forward, I realized last year that I have to do that myself. David's here. Thank you, David. Appreciate you being here. I hope you had a great day. I'm just talking about Thanksgiving and Christmas and making holiday plans by myself for me and my
Breathe, damn
dog.
it.
And so, yeah, last year, you know, we decorated, and I got her some stuff, but this year I'm going to go all out as far as Christmas goes. I'm not going to
where
get a
you're
tree.
driving, you
We don't
maniac.
have room for a tree, but I might get her a stocking, and I'm definitely getting her a bunch of stuff to open on Christmas Day. And there's little holiday
Thanks for the
traditions that I
tip.
kept up with. Like, I always watched the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy during like the Thanksgiving, Christmas holidays. Usually in Thanksgiving, you know, I'll just have it on all day long. David, how are you, my friend? And how is your lovely wife, Christina? And what did you have for dinner? You'd be very happy, David. I had tamales. What's that about? Beef tamales, and they were delicious. I was very happy, and I thought of you. They were not spicy, though, at all. They were mild. Eight viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Appreciate you being here. Happy Saturday. David says, I'm tired. She's great. David, you're great. And he had teriyaki chicken. I love teriyaki chicken. Cloudy, interesting. I do have a mini Christmas tree that I do put up for the 6 scale figures. They get a little Christmas
Watch
tree.
it, will
It's an
ya?
office Christmas tree, but it's perfectly proportioned. And I do have a video on it from last year, but I'll do another video this year. I like to do Christmas update, interior design update videos, and show my decorations for the holidays. But yeah, I need to do a Thanksgiving something for
Phelps
Thanksgiving
and
as well,
Galloway, LAPD.
which
Is your
I
father
don't
home?
really do,
We'll be
but
home
I need to.
soon. It's been
I like
awesome
this
for Mom.
voice actor
What's your name?
of this little girl, Michelle Eloise Moeller.
Can we come in?
She usually Rockstar will use like adults that are doing little
Thank
kid voices, like they do
Could
with
you have a
Jack
seat for me, Michelle?
and all of the Simpsons. But this sounds like a real little kid. And if not a little kid, then, you know, a very talented young lady who can do a great impression of a little kid. Cole has to look around first.
He'll be back any moment. Just sit tight.
I love teriyaki chicken, David. I have it at least once a week. Teriyaki chicken with steamed broccoli and rice.
Work boots.
With a
Size
little,
Okay. There's nothing to worry about.
with a little crumbled seaweed on top. Nori. Have you had nori, David? It's dried seaweed. It's delicious.
Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one.
I suppose it's an acquired taste. Sadie's here,
No
David.
sign of a
She
wedding
had a
ring.
bath. She's very tired now. David says, had Ono Hawaiian last night. Oh, excellent. David, did you cook it yourself or did you go to some restaurant? Also, David, I saw a video from your neck of the woods, from Beverly Hills, California, from a YouTuber that I casually watch. He's called German in Venice, and he's a German guy who lives in Venice Beach. And he just like does LA videos.
You think you could answer
And I like him
for us?
because, well, he's cute and he's charming. He's a big, large German guy, and he came
of your
here,
mother's
I
jewelry
believe, in
was
the '80s as a
Can you describe her
bodybuilder.
things?
You know, following the Arnold Schwarzenegger model, and you know, he was going to be he came here to
I know it's painful, Michelle.
to seek his fortune. And David says you watch him. Yeah, so you know all about him. I like him, David. But you know, and he's not in bodybuilder shape anymore, but he's still very charming. And you know, he ended up getting a shop on the beach. He's an artist, and or in Venice Boardwalk, and that's how he made his living before YouTube. But what I like about him is his enthusiasm for America and California and Venice Beach and Hollywood and just the California. You know, it's like the interesting thing. He's first generation American, and the interesting thing about immigrants, in first is their love of America, their you know, they really believe in the American dream and the American ideals. Their patriotism is it's very fresh and new because they
Mom and Dad are happily
you know,
married?
because they came to that decision as an adult. You know, they didn't grow up with it like I did. You know, like my mother especially, and my
They
father.
weren't happy, were they?
My father was born in the
Did your
Philippines,
father ever hit your
Miko. My mother was born in Japan, and they loved America, you know, as you know, passionately. You know, they were very proud and very patriotic. You know, but they both, you know, made conscious decisions as adults. You know, when they were like in their 20s to become American citizens. And I don't know, it has value. So I suppose on some level that Mike, German in Venice, reminds me of my parents. But anyways, David, David, he kind of re-inspired my Michael Jackson fandom. He's one of the reasons why I did the Thriller video review. You were there for that live stream. But what was I going to say? So his latest video, he's in Beverly Hills for the Christmas display. And like all these rich people with small yappy dogs have a parade of their dogs in these like really elaborate strollers and like wagons and like those toddler cars that, you know, they kind of push around. But, you know, that's Beverly Hills, so they're like in Porsches, and it's all this customized stuff with these small little yappy dogs. There's one, you know, with LED lights and, you know, all these decorations. But it's still very charming, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to get it.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
A vehicle for my dog. That would be fun. But I would like a Mad Max type vehicle. You know, something that's armored, that's all spiky and dangerous and rusty and you know, and
Your wife ever go
wastelandy
out by
and
herself?
post-apocalyptic
To bars,
looking.
nightclubs? No.
But you know, that's not
what
really
are
in
you
the holiday
suggesting?
spirit.
My
I
wife's
don't think would
loose?
fit in well with the
Now is
fancy
not the time for you
yappy,
to be pushy,
small
mister.
yappy
Your
dogs
daughter
in
said you were having an argument.
Beverly Hills.
argued
Mama One
about
is here.
something
Everyone
about
say hi to Mama
Michelle.
One, and also
I worked
Papa
full
One.
day. I wanted to
Greetings,
come home,
Papa
put my
One.
feet
Happy
up.
Saturday. I was talking about Beverly Hills.
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your
And
wife
there's
went out
no
to pick up your
guarantee
daughter?
that this dog would like
Yes,
sit
that's correct.
in one of those things and let me push her around. I'm sure
You should
she'd
come
want to
clean
get
if
out
you're
and
having an
explore.
affair, or if
But
there's
it was
something
funny
going
to
on.
think about.
I told you I was here. Were you saying I wasn't?
Papa One says, David, I hope you're well, brother. Yeah, Mama One, we were talking, I was
So why did
talking
you take so
about
long to answer the phone when your
how in
daughter
Beverly
called?
Hills, they had this Christmas parade of people's
I was
pets,
driving around.
but they're
It's my
all
way of
fancy, small, yappy dogs. Bichon Frises, you know, like
Your wife was
expensive
beaten
looking
and then
dogs.
strangled.
The only
In
dog
your
that
case, you
like
have
came
no
close to
alibi
Sadie's
and a
size
history
was
of
a
violence
really
towards your wife.
fancy looking poodle.
That's not true. God damn it.
What's that about? So I don't know if Sadie would really enjoy being around all these rich people
It is true,
dogs.
Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control.
Papa
Your
One says,
daughter
David, I
and your
hope you're
wife
well, brother.
were
And David
scared
says,
of
I
you.
am, my friend. I hope you are as well. And Papa One says, I'm great, David. Living the dream. You are, Papa One. You are.
I know about the golden butterfly. Hugo,
Mama One, what's for
and how
dinner?
You bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
And also,
like to
Mama
spend
One, I
money,
added
right?
pecan pie to
Dresses,
my
jewelry, your
list
hair
of what
drove me
I'm
goddamn
going to make
crazy.
for, or not make,
Do I
but
look like a Rockefeller?
purchase,
Nobody likes
assemble from the delis and
Getting
grocery
hostile with us is
stores
a very
of
bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Saint Denis,
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station
my
for
Thanksgiving
questioning.
meal.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him. This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Muller, so I'm giving you a break.
But-
Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
Yeah, and also I wanted to mention that I do have standing invitations at two relatives'
Should go
homes
back
that
in
I
there
can
and
think
bust
of
his ass.
to come
One,
over,
we need to break his
for
hours.
their
Check
like
phone
Thanksgiving and
records,
Christmas
check
dinners. But I don't like to push in. You know, it's like they're not gonna like send me a text or call,
Three, we have
even
no
though they
evidence
expect me
that
just to
you're
show up. But you know, that's I can't do that. It's yoo-hoo, Mr. Man. This lady is somebody. I forget who. I should
Yes,
look her
ma'am.
up.
I heard the terrible
I mean,
news
the
over
actress.
radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Muller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Muller come home late last night at all?
No, not at
Mom
all.
once says our Maltese would fit in. The farm dogs not so well. They would think they are chew toys.
Told you he was our
And
guy. Now let's
David
get
says,
this
still
dog
haven't
downtown and
received
into
my
his cell.
peanut butter
Look,
cake, Mama
there he is
One.
now.
And Mama One says, LOL, David, I need to make you one. Yes, you need to make him one. I'm sure he...
Step away from the incinerator.
Okay, who was that lady?
Don't let him
She's
get away.
somebody. I remember.
Okay, but no
I'll look
shooting.
her
We
up.
need this guy to make the case.
They never cuff anybody in this game. They really should cuff him
This doesn't look
immediately.
good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Get him booked in
Okay,
at
the
Central
neighbor
Office.
lady.
Put him in an
Scrolling down to
interview.
trivia. These game wiki
Yes, sir, detective.
guides are always so cluttered with
someone you
ads.
can
It's
call,
almost
miss?
impossible to navigate.
want home and
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncle?
call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
I'm not seeing it, but that
caught the guy that was
actress,
pretending to be dead?
she is someone
Homicide Division, badge number 564.
interesting. I just wish I could find the
We get Ray
reference.
Pinker and a technical services team to a house at 130 North Bonnie Bray Street. And send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look after a young lady.
Roger, 11K. Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has report waiting.
Mom once said, I made a roast, slow roasted all night and all
Got
day.
it,
Rice,
KGPL.
carrots, lima beans, brown gravy made from a cow bone, and homemade rolls. And we had homemade ice cream. for dessert. That sounds a lot better than what I had. Not that I'm complaining. I had
I'm surprised, you know. I didn't.
I had
Always make the husband, Phelps. 9 times
beef
out of 10 is
enchiladas.
the closest person to the
They're
victim
very
does the
cheesy and
deed.
very mild, and
God knows I've wanted to
I was
kill
very
some dogs
happy.
in my day.
Lex parsimoniae.
What?
The law of parsimony.
I like enchiladas, David. I think
Simplest
they are
explanation
my
is most
favorite
likely the
Mexican
correct
food.
You know, you could have said that without getting all
Unless
the
you can,
turgid.
unless you want to count
Try to
nachos,
dumb
but
things
I don't
down
really
from
count
now on.
nachos.
Appreciate
But
it. And try
I
this
like
one
nachos
besides.
and enchiladas,
Rusty's
and
razor.
I would like
That go.
You blame the guy
nacho
that's
enchiladas.
banging her.
Just put it
Of
all.
course. The famous
I would
Lex
like a nacho
ignoramus.
enchilada
Moses' case is cold.
salad.
Puts a lot of people away, that one.
What's that about? Tacos are good too, and tamales. Yeah, tamales are good. Tamales.
1247.
I like tamales because they're creamy, corny, but I don't.
I need an
Can't
address
remember
on
the
a
last time
Belmont
I've had
High
one.
School.
Checking for you, Detective.
Papa One says Trigger loves strawberries, and triggering Mama One. That's where he got his name. LOL. Yeah, this one loves strawberries too.
Thanks for your help.
5-star goddamn wedding.
Strawberries, blueberries, bananas, mangoes. I don't think apples, applesauce. I don't think she's met a fruit she doesn't like. So if you're ever going to do this mission, go to the high school first, rather than the morgue, and you'll get an extra cutscene. Charlie says taquitos with milk. I suppose if they're spicy taquitos. Cloudy says, and Super Antonio, I finally watched Interstellar. I was blown away with that film. Now I
11K to
want Interstellar too.
KGPL.
Yeah,
We'll take
he's one of my
288. Go
favorite
ahead with
directors.
further.
That was a fascinating robot. I loved the design of that robot. You know, I usually hate, and actually that was a practical effect. You know, that's not CGI. I don't think there was a guy in there, you know, but yeah, that was like that big monolithic. Yeah, it was fascinating.
I'm busy. Busy where?
You should watch Cloudy. You should watch
Gardener, aren't you?
what's that? What's his latest one? It's very complicated, but it's very clever. You need to watch it at least twice. Tenet. Watch Tenet, but you need to watch. You know, understand that you're going to have to watch it more than once because it will make no sense. But just be patient, and by the time you finish it, the second time, you will be completely fascinated and impressed, and in my case, blown away. In my case, I was like, I need to get this on Blu-ray. But you know, he's one of my favorite modern directors. I still like Quentin Tarantino better, but pound for pound, I believe that Christopher Nolan is a better and more artistic director. David says cachetes with salsa verde. So that's green salsa on whatever a cachete is. And Charlie says, I like hot pepper with milk. What's a cachete? What's a cachete when it's home? It's Mexican for slap. A cut of beef made from a cow's cheek muscles that's used in many dishes. A key ingredient in authentic barbacoa, great for tacos, quesadillas, burritos, sandwiches, stews, soups, and main dishes.
11K, go ahead.
Cow cheeks, David says. David says, lasso him, yow. We don't, we are bereft of our lasso in this game, regrettably. Mom one says, I can make certain Mexican food like enchiladas and tamales, but not much else. And Cloudy says, I'll watch it after The Martian. Yeah, everybody loves The Martian. The Martian is a fan favorite
Name's Eli Rooney.
because of
Been
Matt
in trouble with the
Damon.
law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I shouldn't complain. I like The Martian. I prefer as far as fan favorites for Christopher Nolan. I prefer the Batman
And I would
trilogy.
love to make you for that, you low-key motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Papa one says Lasso is great for when your children want to run away from you at a rodeo. LOL. And Cloudy says my favorite Mexican dish is pozole. What's a pozole when it's at home? And you know, the demon in The Exorcist was named Pazuzu. Is it related to Pazuzu? Pozole is a traditional soup or stew from Mexican cuisine. It is made with hominy and chicken or pork and can be seasoned and garnished with shredded lettuce or cabbage. I like that. Chili peppers. I don't like that. Onion. She can't eat onion. Garlic. She can't eat onion. Radishes. I like that. Avocado. I love salsa and a lime.
Late last night, after school soaked
Okay,
till maybe
yeah,
1 a.m.
I still don't understand what it is, but
With the child molester.
Eli Rooney.
David says just passed out at Charlotte's house after fishing with
He was
Hamish.
here yesterday before
I know
the dance.
exactly where you are, David.
I don't know,
Oh,
sir.
speaking of
like to say
fishing
yes,
with
but the
Hamish, this
truth
has
is
nothing
it
to
was
do
pretty
with
dark.
fishing with Hamish.
you
I've
say
got a
Rooney
new
is
video that's
violent?
coming out
Yes, sir, I would
probably
say so,
tomorrow,
yes.
and it's
Thanks for
just
your help.
riding around. It's like 90 minutes of riding, circumnavigating the map. We go from Clemens Point all the way around, visit all the towns, and then back to Clemens Point.
Blood and skin
Nothing
samples.
happens.
We better
Well,
get
we
Red
get
Pinker
ambushed
out here.
once by the Murphy Brood, but mostly we're just riding around on Biscuit, enjoying the scenery
Overalls are stenciled HM.
and the ambient
Mueller is a mechanic.
game atmosphere. And we're
Wonder
going to
what
put that
Eli
up
does for a living.
without commentary, without audio, and see how it does. Because what I noticed about the big channels, the ones that go viral with Red Dead Redemption 2, the ones there's no audio at all. They use they use text. And I think that's because you can grab the international audience and the people who don't really speak English. I would assume. And also, it's like I would say 90% of the hate comments I get hate my voice. What's that about? And then the other 10% say I talk too much, which is basically the same thing. So, I always see my voice as an asset in one of the ways that it defines the channel and makes this channel my own. However, my voice got us to
Thank you.
to 18K, but I don't think my voice will get us to 100K, regrettably. So we're gonna we're gonna do this long format video where we're just riding around on Biscuit and see how that
think we should lay it on
does.
him.
I don't know if I'll even put I'm Super Antonio on it.
Even if he
The I'm Super Antonio. Maybe I'll do that at the end.
Slow and
We
steady,
shall
come
see.
on.
And David says, yeah, Strange Man. Exactly, David. That's who I was thinking about.
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs to be taken permanently out of harm's way.
What have they got that I
we let
ain't
Mueller
got?
slide?
And
For
what
a
they
while.
got
He gets a
is
free pass for
they don't even have a microphone.
I don't know about this. My
What's
gut
that
says
about?
Mueller. We caught
Cloudy
him
says,
trying to
David, are
destroy
you a fan
evidence
of
in his
Menudo
backyard.
as well?
That was his
And
car with
Cloudy says,
bloody
my
tools
mom
in it.
makes
I
the
never
best
said it wasn't.
Menudo.
Well, he
LOL.
probably killed his wife, deprived that poor kid
Cloudy,
of a mother. But he's not an immediate danger
cherish your
to
mom
anyone
and
else.
enjoy your
Rudy's a
Thanksgiving,
threat
Christmas
to
with
every
her
kid
because,
at Belmont.
well,
He's
let
a
me
people
tell you,
monster. We
friend,
can pick him up for something
you
else.
only get one
wanna
mom,
run
and
that
it is
risk?
rough out there without her during the holidays. Having a dog helps, though. 10 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. We're just all over the place. Complaining about my voice and the holidays. And talking about Mexican food. What's your favorite Mexican food? Papa one says, I have a friend I was in the Marines with. He reached out to me around 3 years after my coma. He is Hispanic and can make the best menudo soup. I love it, but there's nothing like my friends. He lives in Texas. and owns a small restaurant.
Run, you fucking idiots!
Always faithful, Papa One, Semper Fi, short Latin for Semper Fidelis. Also, Fido, you know, very popular dog name, means faithful in Latin and goes back to Roman times. Romans, imperial Romans, would name their dog Fido, except they would use the Latin pronunciation Fido. What's that about? A little bit of... Don't say you never learned anything on this channel. It's a little different now. That guy's fine. Oops, sorry. They have great insurance in LA, in Los Angeles Noire. David says, like, subscribe, and hit that like button, fellas. Yes, David, thank you. And Mom One says, amen, I miss my parents and my in-laws too. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier, Mama One, about how, you know, literally my whole life, my mom was in charge of Christmas, you know, of the holidays, you know, because I would go home for the holidays. There would be a tree, you know, there'd be food, there'd be Christmas dinner, there'd be Christmas music, all that. The house would be decorated.
Rusty,
you know,
for
it's
coming.
like, and all that
Can you
was
blood type
gone.
the shoes that we bagged and see if they're matched?
Actually, the last year,
Sure.
you know, with
It'll all be in the
my
report,
father,
but
we
I'm
didn't
assuming
really
you want the
celebrate
details now?
Christmas, because he
Please.
kind of got sick,
Cause of
and
death
you know,
is
during the
strangulation.
holidays, and we kind of just
Correct.
glossed over
Take a look at the
Christmas.
samples on
But
the
you know,
bench.
with my mom gone, there was you know, it's just something that she took over, or that she was in charge of. That, and it never occurred to me that how much I would miss it. And boy, did I miss it. So, and then I came to the conclusion that if I want, that I'm responsible now, that I have to, if I want to celebrate Christmas, it's up to me to do
What
it.
are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
So,
On boats,
yeah,
mooring lines.
that's what we're doing.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used
And I
as
always
bell
make a
ropes in
Christmas
churches.
video. You know, like, well, I started last year, so, but of Christmas
So are we
decorations
looking
in the
for
house
a
video.
sailor or a minister?
Well, in my experience, sailors seem
And
to have
actually,
the
last year
regular
I
Mrs.
wrote a
Muller
little
criminally
Christmas fanfic about Arthur.
no external or internal traces of
Arthur
semen.
and Biscuit meet
Thanks, Mal.
Santa.
Anything else comes up, you let us know.
And the O'Driscolls, it was cute. The O'Driscolls steal Santa's sleigh, and Arthur has to get Santa's sleigh back. It didn't do that well, regrettably. Thank you, algorithm, for being anti-Christmas. But I will link it again for this Christmas, because I certainly enjoyed making it. Papa One says, our colonel used to joke with us before a mission, yelling out Semper Fi, always faithful, and the unit would respond with, do we have a choice? And he would respond, absolutely not.
Give me a break. Not exactly.
Well, you're in the
happiest
Marines.
place
You
in the
volunteered. You made your
Your brothers
choice.
is a good
Now,
man, professional, diligent.
it's Uncle Sam's
If you're working
choice.
with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, that. The coroners.
How so?
You know, you don't want them enjoying their work too. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint.
Mama One says, my mom and
Rusty,
mother-in-law
that's like
went
something
all
out
out
of
for
a
Christmas.
pulp.
My mom loved
reading the
lights.
same ones as me?
She would
I
have
thought
put
you were
lights on
usually too
horses
drunk
if
to
they
get
let
Pro
her.
magazine.
My mom was an
No, if I
accountant, but she
close
liked
one
writing
eye and
horses.
squint,
Well, you got
you can
horses in
just-
your blood, Mama One. Let's grab this red car. Wait for Finbar, please. Make him run. He needs to run. He needs to run a little bit.
Calm down.
Whoops. That's okay. It's not our car. Though technically, look at that ad for Nixon. He's campaigning. I don't know if he was running for president. Probably for senator in 1947. He did a presidential run in the 60s, I believe. Before he was elected in the 70s.
You better not go soft on me in here, Phil.
Are they ready?
Bowlers in 2 and the perverts in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
Captain.
Get a little
We
pep
were on our
talk
way to interview Eli Rooney.
from Captain Donnelly. He really wants us to find this guy guilty. Charge him with the cancellation. But we're not.
Whichever way it goes.
Spoiler alert: neither of these gentlemen suspects are guilty. Papa One continues, he also used to tease us when we would request supplies. He'd say, "What do you think this is?" The Coast Guard. He was a great officer. He would always join us in battle. He broke a chair over our lieutenant. Coast Guard gets a lot of supplies, I guess.
What are we waiting for?
We'll interview Hugo first. Just remember not to charge him if we can ever figure out where interview room 2 is. Papa One continues. He broke a chair over our lieutenant one time because he was a college commission and thought he knew it all, and he got 2 guys canceled and 1 critically injured. Colonel got upset and went and broke a chair over his head. Wow.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night.
The
Your
actor is
daughter
playing
says you're a
Hugo
violent
Mueller. I
man.
forget his name,
We have
but he was
everything
in
we need to send you to
Heroes,
death row.
if you
And
remember
all you have to
Heroes
say for yourself is,
from
I
the
didn't do
early
it.
2000s.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test. I can prove it.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you.
Tomorrow's live stream is going to be AI related,
Believe what?
where I'm going to show you all
It's
of the
rabbits,
AI pictures I have made.
The guy at work brought them in, and I helped him skin them.
That I haven't done anything with. I've
You know
just been
anything about
collecting
ropes,
and thinking that I need to do something
As
with.
much as the next man.
Arthur and Sadie riding bison,
Scout,
Arthur and Sadie
that
riding
one's more
dinosaurs, random.
You learned to strangle
Yeah,
with a rope in the
I'll
army?
show you.
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire.
I put some of them
I
on
learned a lot of
on the
things in the
Instagram
army, but
and on
I still didn't kill my wife.
on the X
For
Twitter.
argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had
But mostly
to,
they're
I
just
would
like
use a
clogging up
triple
my hard
blade.
drive.
Less flex, easier to control.
But again, I'm
We found your wife's
fascinated
car.
by the
Someone parked it at the school late last
by the
night. Do you
potential.
have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep
And
your
if
work
I were a
clothes?
game designer, if I were a movie
keep my
star,
work in my locker.
if I were a filmmaker, if I were a director, I would be
Enough
very
lies,
scared
Hugo.
because
Your
it's in the hands
overalls
of the
put you at
people
the scene
now.
of the crime
It
last night.
feels like
My overalls are in the laundry
it
of
feels
my
like when
house.
MP3s came out. You know, and you know the effect that had on the music
Green
industry.
bloodstained, with the initials HM.
It
found in the
feels like
trunk
we're
of your
at
wife's
that
car.
kind of moment.
They can't be mine.
Sadie's here, Mama
Why,
One.
Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd
Can
be
you
in the
sit up
incinerator
and talk
too.
to Mama One and say hi? And tell everyone to
Your
like and
wife was beaten
subscribe?
with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
Mama One says, ironically, despite her not
You're
working
lying,
around
Hugo.
horses, our
You're
meanest
gonna have
horse
to
we
come
called
clean on
Crusher loved my mom. He threw everyone but her. He broke my wrist and dislocated a farmhand's knee. But he was calm with my mom.
Your wife drove a
Horses
Chevrolet,
can
Hugo.
tell.
What make of car do you drive?
Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler.
A lot of circumstantial evidence with both these guys, and neither of them did it. Mom One says he would let her put bows and lights on his head at Christmas, and he let my mom braid his hair. Yeah, you liked your mom.
You look like you've had it rough.
See
And
me
this
asking for
guy,
your sympathy,
this
boy?
Joker, he's unapologetically
down on
an
your luck,
unapologetic degenerate. And Captain Donnelly has worked him over, and Finbar is going to work him over as well. And
But you have a job. A parolee has to have
what
a
I
job.
like about the
I
performance
have me a
is
job down in San Pedro.
no matter how hard you
I'm
beat
looking
on
for
him,
something new.
you won't win because he can take
This
it. He
place
can
you
take a
worked have a
beating. He's
name?
used to beatings.
Tennessee Marine.
He doesn't mind him. He may be
Can't
masochistic
misplace
in
big
that
yellow
sense,
letters,
but
HM
it doesn't. It doesn't
They give you
affect
any
him.
workwear,
All
Eli?
you do is tire yourself out
Sure.
because he doesn't
Cover
care. And he's
Anything is
unrepentant.
hot
He's
like
not
I
going
was
to
back in
change.
Panware.
And there's only one thing you should do with someone like
You ever
this.
tie up any of your
But,
victims, Eli?
We're not allowed to talk
not a
about
nice
it. Last
thing to go
night's
calling
stream
What
got
would you call them?
demonetized. And it's a Red Dead Redemption
can't
stream.
say.
And
I learned a long
I think it
time
was
ago not to
because we
talk
talked
the
about
things I like. Talking about it just
number
seems to get
47.
people's dander up.
And the
Answer the
algorithm doesn't
goddamn
like that.
question, Rooney, before I brain you.
The algorithm is
See what I mean?
unkind.
Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
But,
know
you
good
know,
rope
it's
from
like
bad rope,
LA
that's
Noire
what you
streams
mean.
and Grand Theft Auto streams are
That's not
almost
what you mean,
automatically demonetized, so I'm not worried about it
Any old
here.
rope will do me fine.
Papa One says, that horse was an a-hole, LOL. I love all horses, but that one was possessed.
Boy like you,
So much
Eli,
that I
must
wore a rosary around him.
I prefer braid. Tie hitching braid. It stays tied.
You killed Mrs. Mueller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. Ain't done nothing like that.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things. And you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think of
She had her
you
bath
over
tonight because
I've
it's
been
Saturday.
in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one.
So she's very tired
saw
now,
that
but
car
she's
come
also
in the
warm and
parking
dry
lot
and
late
clean.
last night. Man got changed there and then put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him.
Papa One says
butterfly
people
in the
complain
lamplight
about
and
police
strolled
brutality
out.
now and police
Cool as you
interrogation
like.
now, but when I was a
Now
kid,
we'll
a cop could do whatever. I mean, police are a lot softer
Eli
these
Rooney,
days.
I'm
Back then,
charging you
being a
with the
crook,
first-degree murder of
brutality
Deirdre
was
Muller.
part of the job.
You want to
Ha
put me back
ha.
if I stir that badly, boy? You go ahead and try. I'll beat that rat.
Yeah,
I
it's
ain't a
different
killer.
now. See, Finbar just gives him a little tap, and look at the look on his face. See, he doesn't care. It's just, you know, the defiance. David says Kodak and Odin had baths tonight too at the same time because that's a lot of dog. That's a big amount of poundage. Glynis Coleman is here, channel member. Glynis Coleman. Greetings, Glynis. Glad you're here, friend. Happy Saturday and happy Thanksgiving. If I don't see you before Thanksgiving. David says, hiya, Glenn, and Mama One says, hey, Glynis. And there's Glynis and the channel members. Couldn't do it without you, friends. And that is about all I have for you tonight, friends. But, however, let's feel free to hang out. I've got more driving videos to show you. There you go. Shout out to the mods, David and Chrissy and Mama One and Papa One, channel member Glynis Coleman, O-Dog, of course, and Miko and Marco and Serena. Miss you, Serena. We shall return tomorrow night with an AI stream where I'll show you all my AI artistic endeavors. Hopefully my Thanksgiving plans will solidify and I can give you an update with that. Glynis, we were talking about Mexican food. What was your favorite Mexican dish? Mine is, I already forgot, enchiladas. Mom One says, Super Antonio, what do you do for exercise? Do you go to a gym? No, I just kind of, I just do a lot of calisthenics, burpees and push-ups. And I have a chin-up bar and chin-ups and pull-ups and jump ropes. Then I walk this thing. And that's about all I do these days. At any rate, appreciate all of you. Thank you, David. Like and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See you soon, friends.
I get the point.
Do I tell you how to drive?
Brother said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little...
Just go easy, Phelps.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Slow and steady, come on.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
Breathe, Phelps. Breathe, damn it.
Thanks for your trouble.
That.
Look, Pops, just hand over the money, okay?
All right, young fellow, okay. Hold your horses. I'm getting the money.
I ain't afraid to drill you, you know.
Hey, careful with that trigger finger now. You look the nervous type.
Plug the old bastard, Lefty. If I gotta come in there, I'm spraying lead, you old coot.
LAPD, drop the weapon!
Running. Just watch your shots, Cole.
Stay down.
Mendez could be our man.
He could be at that, but you don't want to cross the skipper, Phelps. Not a great move in your first day. He wants Henry re-interviewed.
How'd you like losing your chariot, rookie?
It might be my first day here, but I've had extensive experience on other desks in the department. I think you're aware of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've been a pain in the ass before today as well.
And I shall continue to be until the end of time.
Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
Hey! Whoa there!
I know what I'm doing.
Gently. Breathe, Phelps. Breathe, damn it!
KGPL 20 Century and a citizen reports a man with
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're... Cole!
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
You did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
Don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
And no assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. We might get along after all.
Now,
There still might be some playing the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? No, around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman. Calm down!
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? Don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.